English department is so glad because we are going to start here our English debate. Colegio Claret está muy orgulloso de iniciar este debate de inglés. We are going to say our sister, hermana Lucia Galicio, she is going to bless us. Quería decírnoslo en español, no se preocupe, hermano.
¿Lo vas a traducir? Bueno, muy buenos días y muy contenta de poder presenciar este grupo tan lindo de los chicos, los estudiantes que se los ve bien preparados, al menos así, primera percepción, ¿no? Y bueno, vamos a invocar a nuestro Dios porque todo lo que hacemos es en el nombre del Señor. Todo lo que hacemos es para gloria de Dios. Cada uno lo hace también por crecimiento espiritual, personal, integral, pero eso también da gloria a Dios. Entonces vamos a decir en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo, del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Vamos a pedirle que todos nuestros pensamientos, nuestras palabras, nuestras acciones, nuestro modo de expresarnos, esté siempre orientado al mayor servicio y alabanza de su reino, el reino de justicia, de paz, de verdad. Que todos los mensajes que ustedes puedan transmitir sean mensajes impregnados de claridad, de verdad, de paz, de amor. Que seamos promotores de buenas noticias, que es lo que el mundo está necesitando. Y les felicito porque se ve que están promoviendo, procurando tener el dominio de varios lenguajes y es tan importante en el mundo actual. Y vamos a decir la oración de nuestro Padre Fundador, sobre todo en este mes dedicado a Él. Señor y Padre nuestro, que te conozca y te haga conocer, que te ame y te haga amar, que te sirva y te haga servir, que te alabe y te haga alabar por todas las criaturas. Amén. San Antonio María Claret ruega por nosotros y que todos recibamos la bendición en el nombre del Padre y del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Buena jornada para todos.
Gracias. Now, our coordinator, Professor Noris de Barrios.
A ver, muy buenos días. Hermana Galicio, coordinadora pastoral, al departamento de inglés, la profesora Daniela Fanilla y a la profesora Lady Osorio, que son el equipo conformado en la parte de debate. Hoy nos contamos con la hermana Anabel, ella está en una misión extraordinaria aquí del colegio, está en Argentina, así que de parte de ella también un saludo a esta actividad. Bueno, de mi parte... De mi parte, felicito a esta actividad de debate, ya que se ve involucrada varias competencias, porque es en el idioma inglés. Y también por medio del debate ustedes adquieren otra fortaleza, el liderazgo, el trabajo en grupo y una serie de contenidos que ustedes van a exponer y que a su vez también no son tanto aprendidas, sino que también salen de ustedes mismos. Así que también agradecemos que cada año nosotros nos estamos modernizando, ya contamos con tecnología y somos vistos también en vivo. Un saludo a todos los televidentes que nos estén viendo a esta hora. Y bueno, les deseo lo mejor en esta actividad. Gracias.
Muy buenos días, chicos, me complace verlos aquí, ya que hace un par de años la profesora Idarene y yo comenzamos este proyecto y se nos fue un poquito difícil porque tenían temor, los chicos tenían temor, pero esto hizo que muchos de los egresados crecieran personalmente y también que dejaran ese miedo y se pusieran a exponer todas sus ideas y siempre en un debate, como siempre les digo, ideas con base. Esto los ayuda a ustedes a ser más independientes y también a proyectarse, que es lo que nosotros queremos. Así que los felicito y les deseo muy buena jornada.
Okay. Our president is the student Fernando Torregrosas.
Good morning to everyone. Now I'm going to present our ex-president, Claret School, Daniel Cotes. It's an honor to have you here. And also Betsaid Ali, who has participated at the debate club box juries from the 2013 up to 2016 period, where both of you left the school. So it's an honor to me to be here with these great people, and I hope that this debate it could be developed at the best way possible.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel Cotes. I'm an ex-student here from here, Colegio Claret. I graduated in 2016. Currently, I'm a med student in my second year of medicine, and I'm really happy to be here. And it's a real honor to be here back, participating in the activities of the debate club. And what I can tell you is debate is a really important part of any student's career because it teaches you many important things like how to stand up and speak to a public. This is very important, and every aspect of your student and working life will be permeated by the fact that you know how to speak in public, that you know how to transmit your ideas to a group of people. So I encourage you to keep participating in these activities, and thank you for having me here.
Okay. My name is Zaida Rios. Ay, Dios mío. I remember when I was in the high school doing my speeches. I really don't like to do it that. I really nervous. So when I was hearing doing these type of things, I was really nervous. But when I graduate, I start to know that when you start to do this type of things, you grow up and you start to have your own personality because this type of thing try to me like a different person, like a strong person, like spread myself with my new ideas. Because when you are study aviation, you need to be a strong woman because you are going to work with a lot of men, and they are going to try to be like more of you. This type of debate, or when you how you say debate, in English or Spanish or in any place, you grown up. I don't know what to say. Okay, that's all.
Okay. I'm so glad to listen. I'm so glad to listen to you. Okay, because you remember when you are studying with us, and I'm so glad to you. So thank you for all of you to and to help us, to lead us, to organize this project. So the English debate is for you right now. Thank you.
We are going to proceed with the debate. Is there any point or motion in the floor? This motion is in order. All delegates who agree with this motion, please raise your plackets. This motion passes. Debate has now started. Is there any point or motion in the floor? Is in order. All delegates who agree to introduce the topic of climate change, please raise your plackets. This motion passes. Now the topic at discussion is climate change. Any delegate who wishes to speak, please raise your placket.
I think that climate change is a thing that affects to all the countries. Here in USA and in Panama, we can notice that affects us. In the morning, you can see the sun and
participation. Any delegates who wish to speak, please raise your plackets.
Every day, this condition affects our citizens of this planet, but it increases. And all of us, if we want it to change, we need to break the normal point of view.
Thank you for your time. Any delegates who wish to speak, please raise your plackets.
We are all here talking about climate change, and I don't listen any solutions. And I think that the solutions are very important because the problem exists, but what about the solutions? So I have solutions here, like consume less. I think that the easier way to cut back our greenhouse gas emissions is to simply to boil less stuff and be efficient, doing more with less, and infrastructure upgrade, investing in new upgrades, in new infrastructure, or radically cut the things that made the climate worse. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Any delegates who wish to speak? Go ahead.
I linked that comment before the delegate, but I try to introduce my point of view. My point of view is that we stand here and need to help the organizations like UN to reduce the increase the gas emissions of our air. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Please remember, one hit is just that you have 15 seconds left. So it's 2 hits when you have to sit down.
Don't worry about that. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
The work we should do it since it is worth nothing to have all the money in the world if it's not worth to spend it on.
Thank you for your time. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
A good way to combat climate change and this changing sea currents is to place large mountains of sand near the coast to regulate the sea currents, and this is a sustainable solution for 2 decades.
Thank you for your time.
Any delegates who wish to speak?
Or solutions about the climate change and are the renewable energies. We all know that in everything we use fuel or fossil, and I think that the energies like the solar or hydroelectric should be more better for the climate change.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any delegates who wish to speak?
Climate change is a geopolitical change, and that's a problem that affects us in everything. Because when the water is over, it starts the problems and conflicts and the water wars. When the natural disasters starts, that get worse with the climate change. This obligate to the families to remove of her homes, and that's it. I think that we need to take a solution for this.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any delegates who wish to speak?
And drawing the land, foresting sea
your time. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
I agree with Delegate Nadia because we need to use more renewable energies for stop the climate change because the mainly or the principal cause that the climate change is today was the CO2 and the fossil fuels. For that reason, I bring the motion to stop to create more industries and to use more renewable energy.
Thank you for your time, delegates. Let's take a time. Now you have the word.
I think that the fight against climate change requires a change in the behavior of companies and the people. It is impossible for it to develop without anyone affecting it. We will have to act with renewable energy, new solar and wind plants, among other ways.
Thank you for your time, delegates. Another delegate wants to talk. Delegate Carp, now you have the word.
Actually, we are talking about the climate change, but what about the contamination? Actually, there are a lot of plastic in the sea. What we can do with those plastic? Actually, some countries are making a street with those plastic and mixing that plastic with the element to create a strip. And now we are presidents of big enterprise and president of great banks. So now, what you can make to stop the climate change or reduce the climate change and reduce the contamination?
For your time, delegate. Remember that when I made the first hit, it means that you have 15 seconds left, and when I hit it twice, it means that the time is over. So don't get nervous at the time that the first hit sounds, okay? Any other delegate wants to talk? Delegate Baker, now you have the word.
I have to agree with the delegate Cart and delegate Audrey. We have to search many solutions, and in one of these are the education. We have to educate people in the school about all the contamination that we make and search regenerative energy and other sustainable measures to make an impact and reduce all the contamination that are in the world.
Thank you for your time. Is there any delegate who wishes to speak?
We need to recognize the significance of the climate change in our lives. But we need that source, we need that energy of the nature, but we need to maintain that. We need to have the solution to keep that resource.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak?
I say, like the delegate Linda Tutterberg, that the reduction of greenhouse gas emission is more effective, but that it will not cost more, but it not will free either. And also it not means that because it costs something, it will not be done. I also agreed that wind power was not going to help to anything. But reducing the greenhouse gas emission does not require drastically altering our economic or social system. It's possible to do that at a reasonable cost, especially if I don't intelligent.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak?
As all we know, one of the main people responsible for the air pollution is the oil industries. So this is where I ask to you, Delegate Patrick, what are you doing to reduce this?
Thank you, delegate. Any delegates who wishes to speak? Okay. So whenever I say, is there any delegate, I will choose whoever. Okay. The way I'm doing this is I see who raises a placket, and I'm going in order, in time order. So I saw her raise her placket, so I think she should have the word now.
The possible consequences of the climate change. But that's not all reasons of what the climate is changing. So the most important, I think, is the trees. What about the trees? We need day a day. We need 22 trees for breed. And what? But no, all the people consume the trees with the material of trees for doing everything, paper and furniture, etc.
Thank you for your time, delegate. The delegate who talked previously to answer the other guy, do you want to do it again? Yes? So you have the word.
My impress is that Tulsa have interest in Masir. This interest is to concentrate the turtles for the extinction and have a relation with other interests who use the renewable energy for this industry.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate wants to talk? Delegate Azulay, you have the word.
Okay, to complement with Delegate Baker, I can say like General Director of UNESCO that UNESCO and the government of Greece organize a parallel event entitled Cultural Heritage Alliance to undertake ambitious actions for the climate, which will study ways to address the challenge of climate change from the defense of cultural and natural heritage.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
I think the most bigger problem of the contamination is the people. Even if we say to the people, don't use plastic, if they want money, they continue to do it. So I think a solution is to talk to the people of how bigger is the consequence of use plastic or of use materials that can contaminate the world, and that for that thing we can change the contamination, because if we don't talk with them, we can change his minds or the minds of the people.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead.
I think it's easy to say that we need to save the world, but we all are here speaking about it. Meanwhile, there are kids and teenagers that wish to be in their schools, but they are around the world fighting for all that.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead.
Well, I think all of the delegates give us solution of climate change, but I think a problem we are having is we don't give publicity to these solutions. So everyone know who they can do, but they don't practice that. And I think that is because we don't give publicity to these solutions, and we don't put in practice these solutions.
Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
I agree with my delegate Anna Botin about our children that example for this, and Greta Thunberg, She is a 16 teenage year, and that used to use her voice to to talk about the climate action by summit convened by UN Secretary General. She told the most ambitious objective is to avoid global temperature to 1.6 degrees to the industrial era because our politicians don't do it nothing for this, and she fight for this, and she is the voice for the teenage thing.
Delegate, any other delegate wants to answer? Now you have the word.
As I said before, we must raise awareness in society, but only by impose several rules and punishment on those that damage the environment.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Does anyone here wants to answer to her or wants to explain something else? Now you have the word.
Well, I'm disagree with the delegate Young Nicolway because now everybody's talking about Greta Thunberg and what she's doing, like giving some speeches about the climate change. But the climate change is something real, and the scientists talk about it past days. A lot of the year of this decade, they are talking about the climate change. So when a 16-year-old teenager talking about that is when we all gonna put our eye on that topic. We have to do that in the past, not right now.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word, Ms. Clinton.
Greta Thunberg is an example of extraordinary people. Why? Because she put in practice that she say save the planet. When she came to the ONU, she came in a boat, not in a plane, because she thinks that the plane consumes a lot of fuel. So she.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Remember that when I smash the hammer for the first time, you have 15 seconds left, okay? Thank you. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
I agree with the point of Jose because he said Greta Thunberg is a teenager, and for that reason the people say or the people recognize him. But a lot of people in the world do the same thing, and the people don't give them recognize of that. They only give it to the girl because she's a teenager, but people more older than she do more things or do things more important, and people don't give recognize that they did.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak, you have the floor. Delegate Carp.
Actually, we are talking about teenagers like Greta Thunberg. But what about us? We are adults who have the surprise. What we can do about the climate? What not get the hope in these young people? Well, they are the hope to the future. But what we can do actually with that?
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak, please raise your placard. Go ahead.
I agree with the delegate Carl because I think that it's crucial to take the habit of adopt the responsible consumption of the things. We have to recycle and to not waste the things that we.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak, please raise your packets. Go ahead.
I think that we have a lot of ways to change or to change the climate. the climate trouble because we can recycling, we can make a different thing to combat with that trouble.
Thank you, David. Okay, delegates, remember something. You are supposed to be the most important people in the world, the wealthiest people in the world. So, what this table of moderators wants to hear is that you propose specific solutions. What can you do with all that money? You have all the money in the world. What can you do with it? How can you help with climate change? I will also be very happy if we could have someone come here and say climate change isn't real or something like that. Just a suggestion, but anyway, that's what we want to hear. What can you do with the money you have? A specific solution, not just saying, okay, we can recycle. No. How are you going to recycle? When? Where? That type of things.
Any other delegate want to talk? You have the word.
Okay, I think that all of us are just thinking in a main way. We need to see bigger because we have a lot of money. So, like my person, I bring the opinion to put different solar panels, like in Germany. In Germany, my bank have different solar panels in different types of the city. So that was my support for the climate change.
Thank you, delegate. Another suggestion to you, delegates, is when the time that you're talking, please grab the nearest microphone that you have on your area, please, to be here at the live. Thank you. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
In addition, I am a king and an activist of various campaigns for the environment, such as mainly air defense. I encourage one of you to be an activist like me and fund these campaigns. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word. Remember to grab your microphone.
All my colleagues talk about how to save and care for the planet, but I think it is important to call all the companies that affect the environment with their fumes, plastics, and the oil to be more responsible and take care of the planet.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate wants to answer to that argument? You can talk. Okay. Okay. In that.
We will answer that question in a later time. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Any other delegate wants to talk? Now you have the word.
It may not be as a millionaire as some, but my goal is to use my power as a writer based obviously on the climate change from my libertarian perspective, without covering the realities, telling the people what are our reality in the world to stand changing the world for the good common.
delegate who wants to talk?
Okay, I respect your opinions, but in my point of view, it is good that young people care about climate change, pollution, global warming, and try to make a change. You're already working on the summit group 2019, and in this group we talk about this. So we take care of all of these organizations like the Greta Thunberg, and I respect the opinion of others, but I think we're doing a good campaign.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Now you have the word.
There are politicians like me. If we have time to fight for money laundering or corruption or creating laws for our own benefit, we also have time to create laws to help our environment.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to talk, please raise your placard. Now you have the word.
Answer the John thing. We didn't say that she doesn't do a good thing. We say she do a good thing, but like she, other people that do good thing for the world have to be recognized the same thing, because she's a teenager, and even if she's a teenager, people give her a lot of things or give her a lot of publicity. But to the other people that do the same thing, they doesn't do anything. They say she's a teenager, so she have to have more importance than the older people that do the same thing like she.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to talk, please raise your placard, please. Mr. Listen, you not only have the word.
Okay. Some delegates are focused in teenagers. So I want to say to John and to Marie, that focus in your own person. Bring some solutions, because you are focused in a teenager, but not bring any solution. So bring a solution.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to answer, please raise your placard. Mr. Carp, you have the word.
Well, talking about solutions, I like CEO of an enterprise. I want to do a solution with the workers in my enterprise. What I want to do is that all of my employers plant a tree. Sorry.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Mr. Baker, now you have the word.
I respect all of the point of view of the delegate, but I want to say something special. It's about me as the director of the United States Federal Department. We received of the president a budget around $686.1 billion of dollars every year. So I suggest to use a 45% of this budget to make campaigns and also help other activists, and use this money to create an impact to help the climate change and make a solution instead of talking about some teenager who talk. So that's it.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another observation that I would like to tell to all of you. At the time that you are going to talk, they will provide you a microphone, so you need to wait until the microphone is on your hand. So for that reason, the time where the microphone arrives to your hand will not be counted, okay? Any other delegate who wants to talk? Delegate Azulay. Wait a minute.
Okay. I think that the only way that the people reaction to the climate change is
scare them, because the people don't know that we are the people don't know that we are talking about the climate change, and that's something that affects us in everything. That we are talking about hurricanes, we are talking about natural disasters, and I can propose that because I'm sorry.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk, Ms. McCardle.
As a conclusion, we as a people with social power must take other people aware of taking care of our planet, taking as example as a Greta. Now I want to ask for a motion to change the theme
You want a motion to change the topic?
for social networks.
Okay. That motion is in order, but I will consider we have to do a final round of solutions, specific solutions that what this committee has concluded or what all the other delegates have said. But that is up to you. You have to vote the motion and decide if you want to enter the other topic or keep with another round in this one. So all delegates who agree with the motion presented by Delegate McCardle, please raise your plackets. All delegates who disagree, please raise your plackets. Okay, this is what we are going to do. We're going to give you 5 minutes. You can stand up, speak with the other delegates. What we want is that in those 5 minutes, you decide, maybe write, what solutions you have come up with. And after the 5 minutes, one of you, or whoever wants to talk, will explain those solutions to us here on the table. So you have 5 minutes. You can stand up, you can talk with the other delegates. Please get those solutions.
Time's running. I can do. Okay, now you have 2 minutes to propose the solutions, and time is running now. Of a short recess because the guys are proposing solutions to the topic talked previously. So for that reason, they are divided in two groups, and one member of each group will represent them to get the final conclusion of the topic. So this is the thing that is happening right now at the English debate. We need to thank you very much to all the people from the live, all the greatest job you have done at this time. Thank you. Reason, I would like to hear the conclusions of both sides of the Bilderberg Club. So for that reason, I will call first the left group. Which one will represent you to get the final conclusion of the climate change, and what you will propose as a whole group to renew the planet and to keep them in a good way for prosperity? You are going to represent all the group. Please come here. Would you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to say your final conclusion? Actually,
This we can say in shell companies we have different programs to reduce the use of unnecessary oil. Be yellowish with all companies. Allocate our money to avoid the use of paper. Culturalize society through fines to those who infringe. We will write articles to help the planet. That is the ideas of all of my of all of these delegates in the area of DR specialists. Thanks.
thank you for your time, delegate. Now we heard the left group. We have to hear the another group. Which one will represent you to get the final conclusion and propose solutions to the problem? There's your microphone, and you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to expose your conclusion for the topic. You can start now.
Like I said the first time I talked, I'm going to focus on the upgrade infrastructure upgrade. I think that all the delegates that are present in this room here today can make a generous donation because we all know that we are in the capacity to do that, and so we. Can make a generous donation like what I said, and I want that everyone support me in this cause to investing in new infrastructures with materials that doesn't cause pollution or contamination. Also upgrading existing highways, highways and transmission lines, and that will help to cut hope in totality the greenhouse pollution and greenhouse gases. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Delegate. Now that we heard all the conclusions from both sides, now I would like to tell you again which thing yourselves had said until this time. Okay. This group said that we need to do a conscientization campaign, and also we need to reduce the paper use, the oil use, and promote the constant recycling in our daily lives as a society to keep the planet shared. That's your proposal. And the proposal from this group is to make or upgrade infrastructures, but not using materials that could affect the planet with the pollution and with other things that are happening to the air in all these days. So now
Okay, this is what we are going to do now. One delegate from this side of the debate will stand up and speak for 45 seconds about the proposals of the other table. You will explain to us why you like or don't like the proposals made by this group. Same to you. One of you is going to stand up and explain why you like or dislike the proposals made by the left group. So, which one of you is going to stand up and explain in 45 seconds, quickly, why did you like or dislike this table's proposal? In this group, anyone wants to stand up? Go ahead.
With power, we're going to do is something like extraordinary that anybody can't do. It's like, but what they're going to do is like a common thing, like a campaign. Anyone can do a campaign. You can do a campaign, I can do a campaign. But this is something that can do a lot of people, don't have the idea or don't have the money, and we have twice. So that's why.
Thank you, delegate. Go ahead.
Please grab the phone that is on your head. You can.
Well, our solution is not just a campaign, it's a fact. We will go to destiny our 50% of our salary for doing that. No, it's not just a campaign, oh, you recycle. No, no, it's not that.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate from the other group wants to debate or talk against what the delegate just said?
I think that for the reason that the contaminate is a bigger thing, we have to give them more than 50% of the salaries. We have to give like 30% or more, because if we don't do that sacrifice, we don't going to have the monetary necessary for change the contamination.
Thank you, delegate. Go ahead.
A microphone, please.
I would say that here, I'll agree that the money doesn't problem. We have the money, we have the power to do anything that we can, because we are people important here. So, we're not talking about campaigns. We are talking about eliminate things that are really, really, really affecting our planets. We are talking about eliminate plastic, eliminate other things that can cause a real effect in the world. So I don't agree with the things that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Any other delegate wants to answer? Go ahead, Mr. Carp. Sorry. First of all, grab the microphone.
Okay, first. Well, you are talking about things to will gonna be produced, but what about those things that are now in our environment? What to do with the plastic that is in the sea? What to do with the plastic that is in the air? And what to do with the CO2 that is in the air?
Another delegate wants to answer. Okay, two more answers or arguments, and we're going to give our conclusion. Now you have the word, Mr. Kissinger.
I I dislike your campaign because I feel it's very expensive because all the because make structures with more friendly materials. For example, the the constructions, just the material is expensive. Imagine friendly materials are more expensive, so our campaign is more accessible, and I feel it's more effective because we are in the schools using papers, using our power. I feel is more better. Is better.
Okay, thank you for your time, Mr. Barroso. You have the time to answer. Please grab a microphone.
Did you listen your proposal? We are talking about to leave to use the trees to have paper or the oil. If we doesn't use the oil, we're gonna have back to the Middle Age. We can use the cars, we can use airplane, we're gonna can use a bike. This debate is even can be without the oil because we all have to use the airplane for be here. And our proposal is better because that not affect the life of other people. We're gonna work with the materials that doesn't make damage to the environment, and we don't go back to the.
Time is over.
Okay, delegates, we are going to have two more participations that will be closing statements. This will be the last participations in this topic, and please try to be conclusive with your statements, please. Go ahead, delegate.
You are talking about it's expensive when daily people waste their money in banal things, and you're talking about our planet or our house. I think that I don't see or I can understand what it's wrong. What it's wrong with invest all the power and all the energy and all the money that we have in something like help our planet.
For new structures, but it's not enough for all the damage that we are making to our world. What we do with the misuse of the resources and what the garbage that so pollutes our seas. Not everything is revolved in our money. If it also not how we use our social power to start making a new change that help our earth.
Thank you for your time, delegate.
Have gathered out of all of your presentations, all of you speaking. So, this table wants to, and sorry for the way I'm going to say it, throw money at the problem. Okay? And that is good. You need the money to be able to do the projects, to do whatever it needs to be done to take steps into saving the planet, into decreasing the greenhouse gases, the CO2, whatever it is. But you can just throw money at a problem. I like these sites proposals because they agreed to give money, but they also took certain steps to do something about plastic, to do something about to do publicity. You said, delegate, I like your interventions a lot, but you said something like they what they are doing anyone can do. That is not the case because, for example, publicity is something that will require a lot of money from them, from all of you. But it is necessary for people to understand that something needs to be done. So I really like both of your proposals, but I think this slide proposed more solutions, more specific solutions instead of just throwing money at a problem.
Remember that you are the members of a Bilderberg Club, that you are millionaires, and you have a lot of money, a lot of power with your enterprises, your companies, your empires, actually. So for that reason, you need to be influencers, okay? You need to be influencers and promote, to make a constant promoting of the recycling, of many things that we need to do to save our planet. As as my partner Cotes says, okay, you are talking about material things, that are realistic things, and that's a good point because we need to do instead also with the campaigns and many other things. We need to do physical things to see the change, and the people see the real changes that we're doing to our planet, and how all of you, the Bilderberg Club, are fighting to keep the planet in the best state possible. So both of your proposals, I look it good, and I will stay neutral at that proposals, because both have a lot of influence with the society and with all the things that the people demands in the 21st century, specifically on 2019. So for that reason, this topic is concluded. Does anyone here has any motion or point? Please raise your placard. Does anyone has a motion or point? Okay, delegate.
I have a motion to introduce the theme of the future of capitalism.
Okay. This motion proceeds, but we are going to vote. Those people who agrees to the next topic, please raise your placard. And those who disagree?
Those people who disagree, do you have any suggestion to what should be next? Is there any point or motion in the floor?
Yes, of course.
You have to follow protocol.
Yes, of course. And let's talk about social media armament.
Okay. First, we are going to have a little recess, and then we will continue. Yes. So we are going to have a little recess. Feel free to stand up and come back in. Come back at 10:30 o'clock.
Okay. Go eat and do any other things. We need to thanks to all the people of the life who had support this debate, and I hope that they keep getting a lot of success on all the levels.
this could be an armament because it's used by every person in the world, and big enterprise can use as a weapon to other enterprise or one country to another, doing some publication and things like that.
Continue with the topic that say that delegate carp. The social medias are a thing that is not bad because it's not bad that we have internet or have a time more easy for find information, but the young people are using it by armament or are using it by bully the other people on the internet, and also of that the people are using for being mad things or say search information that prejudice or affect other people.
The reason of we are talking about this topic is because we need to find a way to how use or influence and or power to make transmit to the people good things, transmit to the people make things that transmit to the people things that that I'm sorry.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk? Now you have to.
Many believe that the next war is already here, since the social networks spread the information at an impressive speed, giving the chance to people know the things happen around the world.
Thank you for your time, delegate.
Ellos no están dando soluciones ni nada.
Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead, delegate.
We need to understand as we are powerful people, we are influencers, and we need to be aware with what we post or what we test, because that could be make a bad impact in the rest of the people in the society. That could be bad interpreted.
Este tema no da para mucho.
Any other delegate who wants to talk? Mr. Barroso, now you have the word.
I thought the internet initially served as a revolutionary vehicle in support of individual freedom. It took a somber turn when some totalitarian regimes began to block it, and eventually to make a bad use for and of his powers for its own harmful purpose. Like the internet's role took on an even more perceived character when terrorists began using it to kill.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk or answer to Barroso's opinion, you can do it.
Okay, along these years, arms dealers use the internet to find more buyers of arms, and uses social media like the Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook to find these arms buyers. And in California, Bay Area, this is the more affected area of United States because this is a firearm allowed in the state.
Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead, Delegate Baker.
We are responsible of the most largest weapon in the world. However, that didn't make us participate
to encourage people to use them on social media, but rather use weapon in a responsible manner that is not make dangers to the people.
Another suggestion or an observation, remember that when you're going to talk, please hold some seconds of your time to grab the microphone. Those seconds won't be counted, okay? Any other delegate who wants to talk?
Any delegate who wants to talk? Go ahead.
Mainly, the use of the internet was for military purpose since the mid of 60. It was used during the war so that in case of an attack of the enemy already beforehand, it could be detected and even redirect the Russian missiles. Over the years, the technology was advancing to what is known today as a social network, with the arrival of what is one of the largest known social network of all the years, like Facebook. Since being one of the most saturated by users is the greatest risk of all that could be used as a weapon.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk or answer to McCarty's opinion? Now you have the word.
Today, there are wars of all kinds, and one of the most influential are the wars of social networks, whether they are easy recruiters, politicians for election campaigns, or Kardashian. All have the same objective, attracting attention and influencing their audience that serves to influence the way of life of other peoples with special emphasis on youth.
Delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk? Now you have the word.
The danger that a social network represents, such as the disclosure of private information.
Thank you for your time. Another delegate who wants to talk? You have the word.
The internet can be used to harm other people or a group of people. So I think that we should take some measures or restriction for its use.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk? Delegate Lepson, you have the word.
Delegates, because the truth is that the social media needs to be regulated because, for example, in United States, some robbers use Snapchat for sales and buy different types of weapons, like guns or so many others. So for that reason, we need to do something to regulate the social media.
Talking about regulating the social media, but I don't know really the specific problem of the social media because yes, you talk about buying weapons and many other things. But what could happen if something will appear right now? Oh, we have a crisis.
Okay, delegates, we have a special guest. Seems to be a cybernetic pirate.
social profile in networks.
Okay, delegates, this is what has happened. This cybernetic pirate we see here has kidnapped or hacked all of your social media, all of you, and is asking for $2 billion or $2,000 million to not damage your social image. Now, it is the job of this committee to decide what are they going to do about this crisis. How are you going to protect your own self-image in front of all the public from social media, and what are you going to do to solve this crisis? That is up for you to debate.
Okay, here's the situation, and now I want to hear all of you. Any delegate who wants to talk or want to propose something? Ms. Clinton.
About the problem or about other topic?
Okay, remember that if you have a question or something to ask me, you need to do a motion, a parliamentary consulting motion. So do you want to repeat it again?
Parliamentary motion.
Okay. Which is the question?
Okay. You asked the question about the problem or to propose another topic?
No. I'm talking about what could you do to solve this situation that happened right now. Do you understand?
Okay, can I start?
Yes, of course.
Okay. First, I will go to the cybernetic police because if she hacked my account, I'm not the people who influence the other societies in the world. So next, I talk with another influencer like me or more for them knows that fact. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, delegates. Another delegate who wants to talk? Now you have the word.
Okay, first of all, if the solve I think for the hacker is first do announce on my social media that I'm going to be hacked, and in that period maybe the hacker gonna post some things that are lie or that gonna make me look bad on public. So first I'm gonna announce that I'm gonna be hacked, that maybe will be a post of me doing some bad stuff, and then on that time that I'm hacked, find like some
Over delegate. Another delegate who wants to propose any solution to this problem? Nobody? Okay. I will remember the situation. She's a cybernetic pirate. She's a member of a whole group of hackers, and the threat is that, well, she told to all of you that if you don't pay an enough amount of money, she will post all the things that you won't be so glad to see at your social media. But what could happen if this hacker could threat to all of us, to our worldwide nation, to make a crisis, a disaster? How can I say a disaster? First of all, destroy all the social medias to enable all of the social media, or even to hack all the technological things that we have in our streets. Do you understand which is the situation here?
Also, what we want you to debate about is two things. First, you have to tackle the situation at hand. Is that how are you gonna deal with this terrorist? Are you gonna pay him? Are you gonna go to the police having the risk that they will leak the information? Are you gonna try to negotiate, or are you gonna use another technological tool to avoid any damage to your social image? Now, uh, what you also have to debate about is that are you going to prevent future situations like this? How are you going to stop future hackers from blackmailing you, from taking advantage of your weaknesses in social media? That is what we want you to talk about.
And also remember that this is one of your resources to work in your daily life, so you need to solve the problem. So don't do that. You are going to offer, try to fix the problem.
I think I will talk to a person that I know that is more in a more post or a more is more important than she, and pay to them to hack the computer that is going before me or is going to hacker me. And if that doesn't function, I will talk to the cybernetic police to try to solve that problem.
I think that this kind of problem it's pretty hard because it's something that it's out of my control completely because we're talking about social media and it's something that I can touch, I can handle the situation. So, but what I can do, it's I'm a person recognized around the world. People know me, and I have partners of work, and that what I can do, or I think that I can do, is to tell the world what is happening to me, and all my followers, all my partners, all my persons, all the persons who know me, tell everybody what is happening to me, and find a way to stop it because it's the only way that I found viable.
Before continuing with the debate.
Yo cogí unos que me gustan como hablan.
The chief of Bloomberg News. First, avoid hackers' problems. My company has antivirus security network, but if happens, I send a press release explaining what is happening and report on how to protect yourself online. And as a possible solution, I will reach an agreement and contract more reinforcement for my social networks. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Delegate Carr, you have the floor.
My company specializes in the attack of some pirates, the virus, and that kind of stuff. My company specializes in that kind of topic. They protect some data from, for example, we have a contract with the NYPD, New York Police Department, that protect the data from the police. So what I will do is use some of my source, like the Goran technologies, that to protect my social media and more than my social media, protect my all information in my company.
Any delegate who wishes to speak? Mr. Baker.
Okay. I totally agree with all of the delegates. I want to say that I have two solutions. One of these is the report to the authorities, to the government, to the police about the situation. As part of the Defense Department, we have in the Pentagon all this information, and we have all the sources and the tools to prevent all this situation. And my second solution is just to optimize the privacy laws, because our privacy is totally violated in these days on social media.
Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead.
Give. I have my own problem in 2016. What my rival in my campaign, Donald Trump, stole my campaign motto. So I started to propagate in all the social medias, not just in the Instagram, Snapchat, and all others. So in the TV shows and others. Thank you.
Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead.
As an example, Facebook as a social media can be dangerous because it's the one who can requires personal information about the user. Apart from the fact that people publish and upload personal things, and it can become a weapon of great proportions if it's become hacked by cybernet pirates. The best solution for me as a writer and a blogger will be better password security, not to give it and anyone else, and avoid giving the very personal information on our networks.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak, please raise your packet. Go ahead.
My first option is to pay the 2 billion that the pirate, informate pirate informate pirate needs. And the second option is, after that, I will associate it with the empress of technological security, like the company
from my delegate, Alex Carp.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Delegate Azulay, you have the floor.
We need to know that other people like us, other people that have in social media, have a big influence. And this influence, the only purpose of this is caption the attention of the people, that see it. So we, like important people, need to use or influence in things that make the society better, because we are turns out into a toxic society, and we need to resolve problems like bullying, like discrimination and stereotypes, things that make our society better.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate? No, sorry. The table is gonna call a delegate. Please stand up. David Petros. You have 45 seconds.
Well, first of all, I agree with my friend delegate Jose Barroso. He said before we have to solve the problem and make the people know we've been hacked. But it's easy to hire someone who can help us to hack the person who hacked us. Because it's not that difficult, and it's more easier when he hack us we know who is the people, where is it, but it's important that people know we've been hacked.
The table will call to Ines Arrimada. Ines.
The problem that you put, I will record my information in another cloud, and the actual cloud is attacked. I delete it.
Any delegate who wishes to speak? Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is a kind of problem that happens to everybody. We all know that this happen even if we are rich or we are whatever. Okay, there's a billion of people that they think or they know something because they see it on a platform or because they read it on Wikipedia or something like that. So I think we should start in the influence that we have. We have to say to the world what we do and that stuff.
Remember that when I smash the hammer for first time, it means that you have 15 seconds left. And when I smash it twice, it means that your time's over, okay? Any other delegates who wants to talk? Mr. Kissinger, now you have the word. Sorry for interrupting you, delegate. You need to grab the microphone because your audio needs to be heard at the live.
Sorry. Okay, according to Europol, sites like YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, and other social medias have become tools used by terrorist groups to reach a new audience in order to recruit people for manufacture and to teaching to create bombs. So the first thing uh, I say is be cautious when in matter to passwords. And second, if in case of have already been hacked, go to cyber police.
Okay, thank you for your for your argument, for your statement. Okay, I have something to tell you to all of you. Okay, you have the power. Remember that you are members of Bilderberg Club. You have the power, you have the money, you have all the influence of the world. So for that reason, I think that those solutions, like to call the cybernetic police, aren't enough for that kind of thing that you could offer to the society. Because remember, you are influencers, and for that reason, you need to be the first image that the society should see every day. Okay? After that, any other delegate who wants to talk? Miss U, now you have the word.
When the bureaucrats contact us, it's because we are powerful people. They find something of us. That could be money or that could be catch attention. So we need to have good faith in our social medias, and we need to try to don't have a lot of personal information about us. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, delegate. Another delegate who wants to talk? Ms. Clinton, now you have the word.
Well, my another point of view, a part of the hacks, is that we need to focus on the child, because we don't know what social medias they use. For example, Twitter is a social media that not have restriction of what case in the red. So we need to take care our more tiny of this society.
Thank you for your statement, Ms. Clinton. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Ms. Lepson, Mr. Lepson, actually. Now you have the word.
Okay. First of all, the amount of the money was no problem. However, I'm not gonna pay that because I don't feel that it's necessary. We all of us have the power to do something more to make the hacks public and make the hackers make the cybernetic pirate hackers get published in the society.
Thank you for your statement, Mr. Lepson.
Okay, I like your intervention, but just one advice. When you are talking, please don't put your hands in your pockets. Okay, so in any real debate, any moderator will call you out for it and tell you that it's something they don't like. Okay. Apart from that, any other delegate who wants to speak? You have the word.
And Twitter create a new platform called TikTok. Not TikTok musical, TikTok for news. TikTok news is about to take care and prevent or hackers and try to give recommendations to every people to protect her accounts don't share in personals and don't change opinions that cannot respect the others' opinion of the people. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wants to speak? Delegate Botín. ¿Cuál?
Basically, my information is a hostage, and giving the money is not the solution because people will know that I will give the money no matter what.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wants to speak? Go ahead, delegate.
I think another solution for resolve that problem is to talk with other people that have the same money that you, because I think that not only my person is affected by that problem. Even the most bigger person in the world have that problem. So we can talk to each other that pass the same thing or the same thing, and we can resolve it together because two peoples are more stronger than just one of them.
Delegate? Any delegate who wishes to speak? Delegate Petraus, you have the floor.
Okay, I want to be clear of something because we are saying the social medias are weapons. They are weapons but can be used by hackers and for good and evil. Because we can get an example of one of the most knowledge group of hackers of the world, named Anonymous. They are hackers who help the U.S. government to capture one of the most important person into the ISIS terrorist group, and I want to make clear that point.
Thank you, delegate. For you to discuss how are you going to solve this situation. Now, last time the groups were separated, but this is a situation that affects all of you equally. So you have to come with a solution, the whole group. And how are you going to stop future events like this from happening? What are the measures you are going to take to avoid any hackers interfering with your social media and using them as a weapon against you? So, you have 5 minutes, time starts running now. Go ahead.
The conclusion that we get was like, I am the CEO of the Palantir Technologies, that is an enterprise who cares to the security of big data and information from big enterprise and military enterprise too. We decide to take some technologies like that technologies that my enterprise do, and we get to another conclusion that is just in some case like we will pay for the hacker, but in the next time we will get some technologies to avoid this kind of attack. Thank you.
Let me get this straight. You said you are going to pay to the hacker this time. Okay, thank you. Any other delegate wishes to expose any of the points discussed? Any delegate wants to take an opinion on what Delegate Karp just said? Go ahead.
If that what I'm gonna say is attack of something, but I think that we can talk to a superiority or to a circ to Clinton because she have power, so we can talk with him, with she, and then talk with a hacker more bigger because she is a person important of the government, so she can give us a hacker and we can counterattack for like that to the hacker that is going to us and affect the hacker. And for that reason, he doesn't going to say things about us because we are going to say things about him too.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Delegate, you have the word.
Last year, I take the example of Cambridge Analytica with Facebook, when Mark Zuckerberg is accused to give information about 50 hundreds of members of accounts of Facebook, and these members put in the Trump's elections to win. And this example has impacted world, and Bloomberg News offers a new projects to 2020 to how protect our accounts and save for others people like attacks, like so many attacks for oh my god, informatics attacks. Sorry, thank you.
Okay, we are going to have one more intervention. Please make it conclusive. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Any delegate wishes to give the closing statements of this topic? Delegate Karp.
Like I say before, I got an enterprise that work with that. Why go to another people that is more powerful than you if you can get some technologies to avoid them and don't recur to another hacker or things like that. So the real conclusion that I get is to find some technologies that avoid the hackers attack.
Thank you, delegate. Now we can give this topic, we can get over this topic now. I think the proposal of Delegate Carp is very good. He's using his character, he's using the enterprise of his character to solve the problem at hand. And he's also giving some options of prevention to avoid any of these future incidents happening. So I like your proposal, Delegate Carp. Very good. Now, this topic is over. Is there any point or motion on the floor? We have to introduce the next topic that will be the future of capitalism. Is there any point or motion in the floor? Delegate Azulay. That motion is in order. Any delegate who agrees with this motion, please raise your placard. All delegates agree. The topic of future of capitalism is now in order. Any delegate desires to speak? You have the word.
In this time, we all know, seeing that the capitalism is most bigger from all, not for all the people that have money, but the people that doesn't have it. Here is a lot of poor. It's not like a balance of the people that have money and the people that doesn't have. No, the people that have money are on a big house and have a lot of food, but the people that can have the same money that the people have are in a poor thing or are in the floor or sleeping in the street. So I think that we have to balance that.
Any delegate who wishes to speak?
First of all, I want to say that capitalism without competition is not capitalism. In the United States, there's around 4 airlines that handle the corporations and the whole air traffic line. There are so 92 corporations that are handle 90% of beer that people in the United States consume by the sources that I found on the Washington Post. And I want to say that now, currently, famous brands like Kodak, Forever 21, and Netscape are currently on bankrupt. And the future of capitalism looks dark, but it will not stop. We have to look at new solutions to innovate in the technology and also eliminate the current monopoly.
Thank you, delegate. Any delegate who wishes to speak? Delegate Petraus, you have the word.
Okay, talking about the future of capitalism, we know the technology is now an important thing on our society. Well, the technology and the work hand being replaced by machines and robots, and that's a problem because the people who are on the capitalism, they have power, they have money, and they have money to build that robots, and these robots will surely replace the humans in the works.
I just want to intervene to say that Delegate Petros makes a very interesting point about how capitalism could cause, through the use of cybernetics and artificial technology, the disappearance or unemployment of the working class. So keep that in mind if you hadn't thought about it. It is a very important and relevant topic.
Delegate Arrimada, now you have the word.
Capitalism has a future of total inequality. Although it convert some people to visionaries, but that don't mean this is good. As the theoretical physician Stephen Hawking said, the rich will be richer, and the working hat becomes poor. Wealth is so poorly distributed that we are not living a democracy. It is a total anarchy.
For your statement. Any other delegate who wants to talk? King Guillermo, now you have the word.
To boost capitalism in my country, I am freeing the market from American hands. And so the economy grows and the population prevails. And Henry Kissinger, as originally from Germany, what are you doing to grow the economy in America?
Amen. King? Any other delegate who wants to talk? Wait a minute.
Another important thing that King Guillermo just reminded me is that you are in positions of power. So anyone who represents a country can make decisions for that country. Just so you keep that in mind. It makes the debate more interesting.
Any other delegate who wants to talk? Delegate Azulay, now you have the word.
Capitalism isn't a perfect economic system, but when it comes to reducing the poverty in the world, it is the best economic system man has ever seen. People may not agree with the details, but must agree that we must balance the innovative power of capitalism with basic compassion for people.
Thank you for your statement, Ms. Azulay. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Delegate Botín, now you have the word.
Capitalism has brought millions out of poverty. I'm not saying that is the definite solution, but it's a beginning that is worth to keep developing.
Thank you for your statement. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Please raise your placard. Ms. Ull, now you have the word.
The capitalism has been helping us, but what happened in 5 years old when they didn't be like this? So I propose to be more equality in our riches, help poor people.
Thank you for your statement. But I have one question. You're saying that this is a kind of suggestion about you, but all of you, as a very important club, how you will do that with concrete things? Any other delegate who wants to talk and answer that question? Mr. Lipson, now you have the word. Okay. Do you have a question? Okay. Delegate Ull talk about how to keep the capitalism, okay? That's what I understood. The future of that and how it could make the difference between the rich and the poor even decreasing. Okay. The thing is, okay, she proposed that, and it was a good point, but how could you, as a big club, as the power that all of you most have, could do that with concrete things, with specific things, as members or CEOs of greatest company in the world? That's the question. Mr. Lepson, now you have the word.
Okay. I was the CEO or the chairman of the National Bank of Belgium. However, in my bank, we dedicate to help the people who want to start a business or to different poor people. We do different types of campaign for that people that don't want enough money to start a business or any different types of things that they want to do. So that was my approach to the question that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Mr. Kissinger, now you have the word.
Um, okay. I think that inequality, employment, and corruption have caused the population and demand justice every time. Responding to King Guillermo about capitalism, I contribute a lot in peace issues when I Secretary of State of United States. Now, I'm interested in resolving the issue of weapons.
Thank you for your statement, Mr. Kissinger. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Mr. Baker, now you have the word.
First of all, I want to say that I'm actually an employee of my nation. I'm a director of the Defense Department, and also I want to say that it's kind of sad to see how much money the Pentagon have, the department have, and it also kind of sad. Look, people in the different states don't have money, don't have food. So I want to end to say a question to Miss Hillary Clinton. She wants to be a president in the next time, and my question about is, what do you do with the capitalism and the inequality?
So please remember that you are here. Okay, you are the most powerful people in the world. You are the future of capitalism. You will decide what you decide here could be the future of capitalism. So I want to hear proposals of what do you think should change with capitalism. What do you think should be done? Specific things, please.
Any other delegate who wants to talk? Miss Clinton, now you have the word.
Well, the capitalism brought many benefits in our societies. But in my country, 11 million of immigrants are in my countryside, not just in Seattle, Ohio, no, in all the country. So I don't think that is unfair to spend resources to pay for these immigrants, because all we want is destiny these resources to all costs.
For your time, delegate, and for your statement. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Mr. Barroso, now you have the word.
Okay. Some government of another country, they are terrified to see the data that shows that young people feel increasingly comfortable with socialism and as a way of organizing the economy. The percentage of American people on the age of 18 to 29 says that the 21% of they are agree with the socialism, and they have a negative opinion have increased on 69% on the capitalism. So you have to adapt to survive, and we don't. If we don't adapt to the change of the capitalism of socialism, wanna be.
Thank you, Mr. Barroso. Now you have the word. Okay.
Can you repeat your question, please? Did you ask, can I agree with capitalism? Yes, you can have any opinion you want.
Any other delegate who wants to talk? Please raise your placard. Mr. John, now you have the word.
I have a question for our bankers. What you do to stop the corruption in capitalism?
Okay. Could you repeat for which one is the question?
From Thomas Laser.
Thank you. Any other delegate who wants to talk, or Lepson, do you want to answer the questions? Now you have the word.
We are start to helping the poor people, and we focus in that poor people. For example, if a person didn't have enough money to do or make a business, we put their money and help them for they'll do this business. So that's what's where I do for the capitalism.
Thank you, Mr. Lepson. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Ms. McCardle, now you have the word.
As a writer of economy and politics, I know that inequality and the corruption have caused more boys and voices and to demand inclusive capitalism. But I understand that change in the system is no easy. Now I leave these questions for those who want to answer them. Is there another option for the current model? And is there any alternative to capitalism as we know it today?
Good. Thank you, delegate. Any other delegate who wants to answer the question? Mr. Kissinger, now you have the word.
We have a time limit on issues such as nuclear weapons, for example, and also proliferation, a time limit imposed by acquisition of technology, especially by Iran. So, Mr. Barroso, I want to know what you will willing to do improve this in Europe, since you are president of Euro Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Kissinger. Mr. Barroso, do you want to answer the question? No? Okay. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Ms. Botín, now you have the word.
As a bank director in Spain, I know that capitalism can be tricky. And I think capitalism cannot be changed. It must be destroyed.
Thank you for your statement.
Delegate Botín is making a very strong point. She's saying capitalism must be destroyed. What do the other delegates think about that?
Any other delegate who wants to answer that? Now you have the word.
I agree with the capitalism because, first of all, it's good for us because we all have more income. Second one is the benefits for the low resource people because they work to get something they need or they want. And what if they all have the same resources, all have the same money? Well, I think there is no point of work and no progression of society, no progression of technology.
Thank you for your statement. Any other delegate who wants to answer or to have a counterattack? No? Nobody? No one wants to talk? Okay. Okay, the table calls Linda Tudobury. Linda, now you have the word.
That if the like, I personally think that if the entire world and the important entities learn to work with the system, with capitalism in the future, capitalism can end almost in its totality with the poverty, and I think that it's pretty important to work with this system. We don't have to disappear.
Thank you for your statement, Ms. Tutobury. Okay, the table call Inés Arrimada. Inés, now you have the word.
Well, the capitalism has corruption is a lie. We destroy it because we need the capitalist to economy for the world. Only the real person they if want to change that bad in the capitalism like us, we can change that form to manage.
For your statement, Ms. Arrimada. We're going to give two more statements to all of you delegates, but the last one will be the final statement. From those two things that the other delegates will say right now, the last delegate will bring the final statement and will decide the future of capitalism or how it could help or fix or destroy the capitalism. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Mr. Carp, now you have the word.
The capitalism don't has to be destroyed because with the capitalism we have created those technologies that we have today, all the industrially everything. And look what happened with other kinds of government that are not capitalist. Look the destroyed URSS, the Soviet Union. Look what happened with them. They destroyed to try. Sorry.
No problem, Mr. Carr. Any other delegate who wants to talk? Miss Azulay, now you have the word.
Capitalism don't have to be destroyed because the capitalism is fair and moral because all the people in the capitalism are treated for equal. The capitalism don't have special privileges, and that's where I think that the capitalism don't have to be destroyed because it's an ideology that maintain the economically talking have the country in sorry.
No problem, delegate. Okay, this is the last statement. Okay. Any delegate who wants to do the final statement? You have the final statement.
Okay, I think it's not about if the capitalism must be destroyed or not. I think the capitalism can be destroyed because the capitalism will always exist because the people with good ideas will always exist. And the people who have money, the people who've been in the top of the society are people who have great ideas, like cell phones, like technologies, like the computers, because as there will be always people who think in the future and people who have good ideas. And I think, and I remark, capitalism can be destroyed because it will always exist.
Thank you for your statement, Mr. Petros.
Well, delegate, we have finished the debate for today. But before we finish, I want to do something. I'm going to do a vote to see what conclusion this debate has reached. So, I'm going to put on votation two things. Now, the people who want to keep capitalism as it is, who think capitalism is right as it is and should stay that way, and people who think capitalism is flawed and needs to be changed. Now, all of those who agree that capitalism is the way to go for the future and should stay as the main economic system of most countries, please raise your placards. Thank you, delegates. All those people who think that capitalism should be changed because it is a flawed system, please raise your placards. Were there any abstentions? Everyone vote. Well, this committee is divided, but it's okay. Some people think capitalism should be changed. Some people think capitalism should stay as it is. But we have finished for today. Is there any point or motion in the floor? That motion is in order. All delegates who agree with this motion, please raise your placards. Thank you, delegates. Please, a round of applause for all of you. It's been an honor being here again, participating in activities of the debate club, seeing you all speak. You have done all very well. I like a lot of your ideas and the way you handle the solutions you should have taken. What can I say? I like this a lot. I love being in debate, and you can't imagine how much I wanted to go in there and debate with you, but here I am.
I appreciate all the effort that you have done for this debate of today. It keeps it clear that Claret has future. Claret has young people that could handle the future of the country and also could be the next Box Jury Club. So I would like that at the moment, as most of us of the 12th grade students that we're going to leave, you keep the legacy, because this is a very wonderful way to keep your ideas on the air, and you can be listened around the world and also around your country. And these kind of activities will lead you to very successful things that could be contests or many other things that the country offers to activities like the debate or the oratory contest.
Okay, for finish, I hope that this help you to be a good person in the future and change your characters in the future and in your future jobs and what you are going to do in the future, because this help you to spread your own opinions in different careers or what you are going to do in the future. So keep trying and follow your own dreams and goals in the futures.
Okay. Gracias por todo el esfuerzo realizado el día de hoy. Y bueno, seguimos mañana con el debate en español, así que no se lo pierdan.
Participate in this debate, in this English debate. I'm so proud, and you can appreciate that try to talk in English, to learn English is so good for you, as all of them told you, okay? That is so important to try to talk in English. And I'm so glad again, because this is the first time that you participate in this activity. Now, to this, all the president, we are going to do the prizes, okay? I'm going to give you all that you have.
Okay, we are going to debate here between the moderators to decide who was best delegate, who was outstanding performance, and who gets an honorable mention for their participation. So give us a minute while we decide.
call the best delegate of the Bilderberg debate. I would like to call James Baker. Thank you for your effort. Now,
I'm going to call the outstanding performance, who will go to, drum roll please, Hillary Clinton.
Bien, ahora vamos a llamar a Kevin Morales, pase adelante. Okay, vamos a ver. I'm going to give the award to, the certificate to Samuel Atencio. The picture. Now I would like to call Saul Atencio. I would like to call Delaney Arcian. Ángel Ríos. The next one is to Rigo Bonifati. Joseph Atencio. De la compañía cibernética. Ahora yo voy a llamar, now I'm going to call Paul Navarro. Tiffany Brown. Juliana Sanga. Natalie Álvarez.
Okay, Brian Moreno. Ay, no, pues son unos aburridos que ni siquiera chillan. ¿Ah?
Margaret Mora. Ingrid Alonso. Laura Jiménez. And Joyce Pineda. Okay. Also, I would like to thank God for this activity, and also thanks to Sister, our principal, Anabela Tencio, who is not here because she has to travel. But thanks all of you who participate. Now, I would like to take a picture here with all the participants and the presidents and all of this. Okay, can you come in front? Thank you. We have to move your
Hi, good morning. The debate is finally. Well, I have accompanied with the Daniel Cotes. Daniel, can you give a message for all young people like us for the importance of this event in our society?
Okay, s- so before I graduated, I was part of the debate club, and I can tell you all that it has been an important part of my growth as both a student and a person, as it has allowed me to know how to express my ideas, how to talk to a public, how to be confident in myself. It has taught me many things that you will all need in your future careers, both as a student as when you go into the working force. So my advice to you all is cultivate these abilities, practice in the activities made by the debate club, and just keep learning.
Thank you. It's a good advice. And Daniel, how do you saw the develop of this event?
Okay. The event went very well. All the participants spoke their ideas and expressed their opinions and their solutions to the different topics we discussed. And they did it in a very well mannered and very well expressed fashion. So I'm very proud of all the people that participated in this debate, and I'm happy and honored to have been here moderating for you.
Thanks of your opinion. This is the good results of this debate. Thanks for your transmissions. Goodbye. Teacher, how do you feel with the organize with this debate?
Okay, I'm so happy, as I said before, because my goal is that all students from Colegio Claret speak in English, just that they can communicate. That's my goal, that my students can communicate in English.
Teacher, can you give a message with the all young people like us, the especially students that like importance of the debate in our society?
Okay, it is so important. I suggest you to illustrate, to study, because remember that the best thing that you have is your education. So if you can communicate using other languages, okay, it's like the open door to be a good profession.
Thank you. Thank you with the good advice and good notice of this debate. Thank you for your transmission, and this is a finale of the English debate. Thank you.